These words. Now, just to give you a little bit about the background, Jesus is walking into the Garden of Gethsemane. This is his last night. This is the night he's betrayed. This is the night that they're coming to get him, and he knows it. He knows that this is the night that the sin of the world is about to be laid on him. This is the night that they're about to come get him, take him and beat him, and hang him on the cross. This is the night. He knows that this is about to happen to him. Okay? It says, when Jesus had spoken these words, he went out with his disciples over the brook Kidron, where there was a garden, which he and his disciples had entered. Now, if we were to read this, if you read the Gospels, you realize that a lot of things are repeated. But they're repeated, and there's little tidbits every time it's repeated that gives you more clues as to what happened. Right? If you read this particular passage about him crossing into the brook Kidron or crossing into Gethsemane, there's parts in there where it lets you know that it's not the first time that he came to this garden. It's not the first time that he crossed this brook. It was a place where Jesus went to get with God. It was one of Jesus' secret places. If you read in the Word, when he crossed into the Mount of Olives, he had to cross this brook. Okay? The significance of a secret place, and we're not going to go there today, but it's just, we're going to eventually end up there. You have to have that relationship with God to sustain during the day, because guess what? The enemy's not going to quit coming at you. This world is not going to be fair every day, and just plain old life is going to happen a lot. And this stuff right here is going to bug you every day. Your flesh does not want to do what's right. Right? It does not want to live a righteous life. It does not want to live a life of humility. It's I. And that's not the reflection of Jesus, is it? Jesus came to be what? A servant to all. Right? So, I just want to throw this out there to you. I believe the brook Kidron is a timeline. It's a threshold. It's a veil. When Jesus walked and he stepped over that brook, as he was stepping over that brook, and we're going to get into detail more about this, his life was flashing before him. His times in the secret place, the times that he cried out to God and God answered his prayers, the times that he went and got away with him, when he walked into that place, he was strengthened. When you walk into your secret place and you're having a hard day, you'll be strengthened because testimony is going to go off in you. You're going to remember the times that the Holy Spirit came and ministered to you, or he gave you that word for the next day. How many have had that happen to you in your secret place? You get a word for the next day. And if you hadn't have got it, you don't know how you would have gotten through that day. Or if the Holy Spirit hadn't came down and sat with you, the Spirit of God filled your room and strengthened you, you would have slipped up. Right? Or you wouldn't have been able to hear his voice the next day that give you that step that you so needed to keep you from going down a dark path and really messing you up. If you had any of those times in your life where you really wished you'd have been in that intimate place with God, so you would have never took that path.
Yeah.
Right? Stepping over that threshold into that place will fire all that stuff inside of you. And that's what I believe that the brook Kidron was for Jesus. It was his threshold.
So good.